Hey friends, today I'm going to be creating a page for my 2024 planner, and this page is going to be a way for me to kind of track the areas in my craft room or the items in my craft room that I want to go through and declutter, purge, because I have so much craft stuff and I have a lot of stuff that, I've been holding on to because it's like, I'm going to use that one day. I don't want to have to buy that again. Or things that, I bought and thought I was going to love and I don't love. And I really want my new craft room to be, what I want to use. I want it to be a very organized and functional and also pretty space. But I want the items in my new craft room to be things that I want to use. So I don't want a lot of stuff in there that I'm not ever going to use because I'd rather have the space for items that I will use. So I'm using this piece of classic Happy Planner. I like that it's purple since that's my favorite color. I have on a little scrap piece of paper kind of wrote down some of the ideas for areas that I really want to go through and see if there's anything that I can purge, or things that I can declutter out of my room. So I have pulled this Miss Maker sticker book from the Happy Planner that came out in 2021. And these are fairly large stickers, and I don't often use these in my planner. So I thought this would be a good place to add a little bit of decorative stickers on this. I've also pulled out two of the Miss Maker warshies. This one says craftiness is happiness, and this one just has the scissors. And this paper says be productive, and I thought about leaving that there, but I really want this to say craft room declutter, craft room purge, or something like that. So I think that I'm going to probably end up covering this up. So let's go ahead and look in the sticker book here. And let's see if there's anything I want to maybe use. So these are very large. So I also want this sheet to be very functional. Excuse me. But I do want it to be a little pretty to kind of help me be more motivated. I like this Craft a Happy Life. Create what you love. I like that. Yeah, too many ideas, not enough time? Yes. I also like this Create Happiness. That's a good one that I could put up here at the top if I wanted to. Let's see. What else do we see? I see a lot of Craft a Happy Life repeated in different ways. And then we go to the the paper version of the stickers. So, oh, this is very large. Craftiness is happiness. That could potentially fit very nicely across the page. Let's see what else we have. Create what you love. All right, so I could use that clear sticker. We also have I like this create what you love, or I could do something as simple as adding the scissors across there. But this was a nice big sticker, but I feel like it's going to take up a good amount of room. But I'm only going to do categories. I don't know if I'm going to break those categories down. So, and that's really big. I don't think I would ever use that in my planner. So let's pull that. And I like that it's the, I'm choosing the paper sticker so that I can cover up that be productive. So let's just start with that one. And just to be safe, I'm going to grab my white out and white out those bold black letters so it doesn't show through my sticker. You could use a label or something if you had that as well, just to cover this up, and then use the label to write your title on as well. All right, and then this side of the paper says that as well. So if I get to needing this side of the paper, I may cover that up with a smaller sticker. All right, so then let's add this guy down. And I'm going to bring this a little bit closer to me. I'm going to kind of bring this over where I can kind of center it a little bit. And I actually got that on pretty straight. Wow. I'm horrible about laying stickers down straight. All right, so now we have that. And then I need to decide if I want to, add like the craft room declutter. Like in here, or I could write that here. I'm gonna grab my purple, and I'm just gonna kind of write in these two lines, or I could write in the one line there. I'm trying to envision it. I want to be able to read the title, so yeah, I'm gonna use these two lines. I'm actually gonna grab my pencil really quick and kind of write out what I kind of want it to say. I think I'm gonna go craft room purge. I'm gonna write the year 2024. Okay, that works. All right, so I'm just gonna go back and use my purple Amazon felt tip marker, and I will link any of the items that I'm using that I can find down below. I love these Amazon felt tip pens. They are as good or better than the Papermate for Papermate Flair version. Oops, that too decided to go wonky. So I've got my categories, and I thought about like using stickers and adding the categories down like that. See, like maybe using these around the page. But I don't know if I want to use stickers. These are kind of small, and I write very big, but we could use, let's see, right now I have, I think about 14. And that we use a lot of these little square boxes. So instead of using the boxes, I'm going to keep with the purple theme and grab my purple mild liner, and I'm just going to draw in my boxes. So right now I have 14 categories. So I could do 5, 5, and 4. And then if I have other areas, I could add them or add them on the back. So let's go ahead and see. If I do 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I'm just going to rough hand my boxes. Oops, I went down too far. I did not mean to go that far. So you know what? I'm going to, don't know if I'm going to get 5 now because I made my box a little big. think I'm only going to get 4, but that's okay. I can make that work. All right, so I'm going to fill in the rest of my boxes, come back, and then I'll show you my categories. Okay, so I ended up going ahead and putting 16 boxes, and then I went back over the highlighted parts with my purple marker and kind of made the boxes. So they're all kind of different sizes. There's a little wonky, but I like how this looks. Now, the areas are going to be really small for me to write in, but I think it will be fine. And we are going to have a little bit of room down here. I could go ahead and add this other worksheet, but what I want to do is show you some of my categories first. So I think I'm going to fill in the categories with my black, just so they stand out a little bit. Now, one of my categories is going to be 12 by 12 papers. Now, before I move the 12 by 12 papers to my house, I had already went through them a lot and purged a lot of them. I still have a lot of paper, but I feel like I really need to just kind of skim back through those again. I also have some 12 by 12 loose papers, that you pick up at like Joann's and Michael's, and I hardly ever reach for those. So I think I really need to look through that stack and see if there's anything that I really want to keep, and then give myself a time limit. So this year, I had some stickers that I hadn't had in my craft room for years and hadn't used, and I put them in a box, and then I've been trying to use them up, and then at the end of this month, at the end of December, whatever I have not used goes out of my craft room, because obviously if I haven't touched them all year, I'm never going to use them. So I am going to put my 12 by 12 paper on here just so that I can kind of go back over it. So 12 by 12 paper. So I'm going to do 12 by 12 paper as a general. So 12 by 12 paper pads, excuse me, 12 by 12 loose papers, anything 12 by 12 that is not seasonal, because I've already really gone through and purged Halloween and Christmas already. So when Valentine's Day comes around, there's a lot of things in that bin that I may or may not use. I don't have a lot of paper, so there'll probably be no purging of that. But I'll go through that bin and like purge there. But I'm going to keep my holiday stuff off of this list, I think. So we're going to do 12 by 12 paper, and then I'm going to add a little box so that I can check it off. I'm also going to go back through my 6 by 6 papers, which I went through this year and did a challenge where I used a bunch of those up. So I'm going to put that there. Stickers, of course. I've done that this year already, but a lot of my stickers are still sitting in the same organizer, and I haven't touched them all year. So it's time to go back through that. And also I went through washi tape as well, and I got rid of a lot of washi, like a huge bag full of washi, but I feel like I tend to go with Simply Gilded and like Holiday and like Happy Planner washi instead of some of the others that I have. And like a bunch of it I've never touched this year at all. And I feel like I'd rather bring in washi that I know that I'm going to use, instead of keeping stuff that's just going to sit there. So I've got to go back through that. And then I'm going to go, I have both clear stamps and wood and block stamps. So I'm just going to put stamps and supplies. And that's going to kind of go for both clear and wooden stamps. And then we have pens and markers. I have an addiction to pens, markers, highlighters. I just want all of them. But I really need to go through because I noticed as I was using a few over the last couple of weeks, some of them are like almost out of ink or are out of ink, and it's time for them to leave my craft space. So pens and markers. And that's going to include like highlighters as well. We're going to do planner supplies, and that's just going to be in the spectrum of anything that has to do with planning. To go through that, which I've already gone through some of that as well. And then let's do sequins. I don't really think there's anything I'm going to be purging in sequins. It's more like I think it needs like a decluttering and just a refresh, a reorganizing type thing. So I'm going to put sequins on here because I do know there are a couple of sequins that I only have like, 2 or 3 of. Am I going to add it to another mix, or is it time for it to leave the craft room? I'm going to put this is going to be a broad category for me, but I have right now an under the bed bin that rolls in and out underneath my bed. And it is full of a bunch of different miscellaneous craft supplies, but I'm going to put that on there so I can go through the bin. So we're going to call that under the bed box or bin. And I also have a big under the bed one with vinyl and iron on, and then I have a separate space for vinyl and iron on. And I really want to kind of go through that. Maybe not necessarily, there's not a lot that I'd be purging, but I kind of want to go through and like do an inventory of what I have. So I'm not going out to like Hobby Lobby and buying more black when I have a ton in my little under the bed bin. So we're going to do vinyl and iron on. So we're going to do that. And then let's see, I feel like I have way more empty spaces than I thought. I know I condensed the 12 by 12 paper, and then I condensed the stamps and supplies. I do want a miscellaneous category for anything that I missed. Oh, fabric. Fabric was one. And the other one was junk journal supplies. Um, and then at my craft desk, I have little Dollar Tree bins full of different embellishments. So stickers, flat backs, puffy hearts, bows, puffy stickers, tassels. And I really want to go back through that. I went through that again this year. I really want to kind of go back through that and like streamline and maybe label each of the bins for what's inside. So I'm going to call that craft desk embellishments or craft desk bins. And I'm thinking that I did a big purge on ribbons and trims, but I feel like I could go back through that again. So let's put ribbons and trims. And then I have 2 spaces. So let's do, I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh, well, should we do yarn with ribbons and trims? No, let's give yarn its own category. yarn, and then we're going to do a miscellaneous. So any other items, it's going to go under miscellaneous, because there are some things like that are very random that there's only like one thing of, and it wouldn't really go in a big category. So we're going to categorize that as miscellaneous. Okay, I love that now I have this out of my brain and on a piece of paper, and I don't think there's any stickers in here that I could fit here. I think they're all going to be just a little bit too big. I love this don't cut corners. That would have been a good one for this page. I've got create. I think I'm going to use the other washi. The craftiness is happiness washi. Let's find the end. And I'm going to start it at the craftiness is happiness. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than the blue one and kind of layer the two. And that kind of fills in this space and adds another like decorative element to it. So this is going to go into my 2024 planner. I hope this inspires you guys to kind of go through your items in your craft room and follow along and do this craft room purge with me. I'll probably do some videos on, I don't know if I'll do videos on all of these, but I'll at least do a video on a few of these showing you how my brain works when it comes to purging these items. So thanks guys for stopping by. Hope you all have a very happy, safe, crafty day. Bye.